Hey everyone, welcome back. It's day 6 of the His Stocking Advent Calendar. Tomorrow, Monday, I'll be doing Kinky Book Club, so check that out at datingkinky.com/live if you'd like to see me interview some authors and talk about some great BDSM books. So, today we're going to be finishing up Chapter 2. Bryn and Anthony are taking a shower. When she finally released his spent cock from her mouth, Anthony pulled her to her feet. "That was beyond amazing," he said, kissing her tenderly. He washed her body once more, and then washed and conditioned her hair. Stepping from the tub, he grabbed the robe that hung on the back of the door. "Thank you," she said, wrapping herself in it. Anthony grabbed a towel for himself and dried off before wrapping it around his waist. He looked at Bryn standing there watching him. Her makeup was long gone, and her wet hair hung around her face. "You are absolutely stunning. Do you know that?" Bryn blushed. She thought she had to look awful by now, but the look in Anthony's eyes told her that he truly believed what he was saying. They stood like that for a minute before Bryn spoke. "I had so much fun tonight. You don't even know. But I really have to get up early tomorrow. I have a meeting with a guy who hates women." "How could any guy hate women, especially a woman like you?" Anthony asked, brushing back a strand of her hair. "Because he's an asshole," Bryn answered with a laugh. "He must be," Anthony agreed. "Just wear an outfit like you were in tonight, and he will be so distracted by your alluring body that he won't be able to think straight." Bryn laughed. She knew she had a good body, but would never use it to get ahead in business. She knew Anthony was kidding. "I get it, though," he continued. "I have work tomorrow, too. I'm meeting with a woman who's trying to ruin my business by sticking her nose in where it doesn't belong." "Well, you could always flash her your killer smile, and if that doesn't work, just kiss her right below her ear where you kissed me." Anthony laughed at her advice. "Let me get dressed so that I can get out of your hair," she said, changing the subject. "You're staying here, right?" he asked. "Yeah, just one floor up." "Then stay in the robe. Let me walk you to your room. I just need to get dressed." Bryn smiled. She hadn't been looking forward to putting back on her wet panties. While she gathered her things, he pulled on his jeans and grabbed his room key. While Bryn was reaching under the bed, he used a tissue to grab the condom he'd torn off and added it to the one in the trash. He added the condom box to the bin and stuffed the remaining 4 foil packages into his pocket. "All set?" he asked, sounding a bit nervous. He wasn't really. It was just that most of the time, after sex, he was doing the leaving. He rarely walked a woman home. "Yup," Bryn answered. Her response reminded him that she was a Yankee. He'd thought it had been a good thing when he'd met her, easier for a one-night stand. But now, he wasn't so sure. He'd have liked to spend a little more time with her. The elevator ride was fast, just 1 floor. Bryn pulled her keycard out of her purse. "Thank you for, well, a very memorable evening," she said, her cheeks turning pink. "It really was my pleasure," he responded, causing her to smile. I don't know how long you're going to be in town, but maybe I can take you to dinner tomorrow night?" His words were spontaneous, and he nearly regretted them. But before he could, Bryn responded with a yes. "Good night," she said, standing on her tiptoes, giving him a soft kiss on the lips. He pulled her in close to him, holding her tight. They both exhaled when the hug was over. She slipped her keycard into the lock, and Anthony started to walk away. "Wait," she said suddenly. He turned quickly. "Why don't you come in a second? I can give you my robe. That way your room isn't missing one. I'd hate for you to be charged." Anthony could have cared less about the charge and should have said so, but for some reason, he found himself inside her room. It was probably the same reason he gave her another goodbye kiss, and a third, and it was probably the same reason the two of them ended up in her bed kissing and touching once more. This time was different, though. It wasn't rough and raw. It was slow and passionate. Anthony thanked whoever was watching over him earlier when he'd put the condoms in his pocket. His mouth, still demanding, was more gentle as he kissed his way across her collarbone. His cock, still rock hard, sheathed in a condom, punished less and caressed more as he moved slowly in and out of her warm body. When each of them was spent, he held her in his arms. Her hair had dried some and smelled wonderful. He loved the smell of a woman. Feeling totally relaxed, he allowed himself to rest his eyes. He'd leave in a minute. That was his last thought. It was the sun that woke him, that or her hair across his face. He squinted his eyes and looked around. When his gaze made it to the clock, he sat up fast, waking Bryn. "Oh, shit," he said, jumping to his feet. "I must have fallen asleep. I gotta go. I'm so fucking late. I have like half an hour to be at my meeting." He was already pulling on his pants. How about 6 o'clock? Can I get you here?" "Sure," Bryn said, still slightly dazed, waking up. "Good. Okay, baby. I'm sorry I gotta go." He was at the door, but stopped, rushed back to her bed, and kissed her on the lips, sucking the lower one into his mouth. "See you tonight. Knock him dead at your meeting. Remember, he's probably just some dumb asshole. Show him who's boss." And with that, he was gone, rushing down the hall, deciding if he should shower and shave, or if he should just get dressed and hurry to the meeting. He did have to stop and smile. No matter what happened today, thoughts of being with Bryn again later that night would make anything bearable. So that's the end of chapter 2, and I hope that everyone's enjoying this so far. We're coming up to some pretty fun parts of this story, and tomorrow you'll get to hear chapter 3 and my Kinky Book Club if you'd like to join me. I really hope you do. This is NJ Cole saying Happy St. Nick Day.